Well, hello there, my fellow miners and crafters. Good times with Scar here, and welcome back to the world of hermits and crafting. And we're here at Scar's Frontier Outpost, getting ready to build today. And one thing right before we start out, I don't want to show it because I don't want to do any spoilers, but do you see that little kind of pole kind of going up there and then kind of a rope hanging down? Iskull made the coolest mine design. So definitely go in the description, find Iskull's channel. If you haven't already, subscribe and check out that video because I'm sure that video will go up before this one. But it's amazing and I don't want to spoil it. But anyway, let's jump right into it today. And what we're going to be working on is starting to add some landscaping and some design to our little frontier outpost here. So what we're going to be building is a chuck wagon. A chuck wagon is something that was on the wagon trains that traveled through the western territories, of course, in the United States. And it was where, this kind of shelf would kind of fall down and then the cook would, cook up the food for the group. So that's what we're going to work on. I think it'll be super duper awesome. So first thing we're going to need is we're going to move that over there. And at the end of the video, I want you guys to help me with something because I'm not exactly sure on the exact design I want to do for the covered wagon or the canvas portion of the design. Now this is going to be a little bit similar to the Chaos Craft one, but quite a bit different in the way that it'll be smaller and it'll be much different functionable. It'll be partially functionable, whereas that one was kind of like a house, if you will. It was kind of had all of our supplies and stuff. This one will be a little bit more of a showpiece because what do I always say about building, my friends? What do I always say about building? And that is, never forget about your landscape, of course. And that's what this is kind of as its purpose is to kind of create a bit of a story, a bit of a theme. And I want to talk a little bit more about that in a minute. But like I was saying, at the end of the video, I'm going to give you guys a choice of what kind of canvas we're going to use. So definitely check the end of the video for that. All right, so let's jump over here and we're going to start to build this up. So these are spaced out by 5. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 3 blocks in center. And then we'll just bring these pieces up here along like that. There we go. And jump up here, cut that piece in, and we're making the axle kind of connect across here. There we go. And like I was talking about, I wanted to talk about is landscaping. So often I see beautiful, beautiful structures and designs. But one of the things missing in it is landscaping, a nice landscape to go around the builds to really make it feel, part of the world that it's being constructed in. And there we go. We got the wheels set up. So that's a big thing when people always ask, how can I improve your builds? Most of the time people, are able to build structures beautifully, very well designed. But one aspect that's forgotten so often is the landscaping. There we go. Go like that. And then we're going to jump over here. I'm going to do the same. So that's what we're starting to work on with this build. So what I want to do is, create kind of a story, a place, kind of a storyline and a design by having this kind of a wagon here. And then we're going to start building custom trees and all sorts of cool things, a campfire. And all these little details really make this area kind of come alive and give it some story, some place, some reason of being here. That's a big thing is like, why is this structure here? What's its purpose? So that's kind of what we're working on now. The purpose is, of course, that these are kind of explorers, pioneers out in the deserts, heading west, and they kind of set up a little frontier outpost here. All right, so looking good so far. So what I want to do now is grab out some of our spruce fences and I'm going to place them here and here like so. There we go, looking good. Now we're going to work on is our canvas. So we're going to start with wool. And like I said, a little later on, we're going to decide is the wool the best choice or not? So that's what we're going to kind of figure out in a little bit. All right, so first thing we're going to do, my friends, is try to decide on where this is going to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go like this. I'm going to cut this piece up 1 block high like that. And then I'm going to see if that's high enough. And then we'll bring out maybe 1 extra block there. And then we'll bring out 3 on this side or so, somewhere around there. Okay, I like that so far. I kind of like the design, but I think I'm going to bring it down 1 block like that. Try that. Let's try that real quick. Yeah, I like that. That's going to be good. And then, of course, we're going to place 2 more of these. We can either use what I just put in my inventory, but I think that's going to look good. I like that. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to cut this out. There we go. And we're going to work our way up to the top, okay? And we're going to grab out our shears. Now, I'm just trying to decide, trying to play around with this design. There's lots and lots of different ways, so that's why I wanted to try a couple. It's always good to try a few designs just in case. And apparently I just randomly placed a torch. Oh, I keep forgetting that I have torches in my other hand. We now have multiple hands here in Minecraft. There we go. Bring these pieces across, and we're just bringing 1 additional block on either end now. And the original was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then just add an additional block on either side. Now, this particular build here, kind of building in the Frontier kind of design, reminds me of a ride design that I came up with long ago. And this was especially when I was first sick and I was spending so much time in bed. It's when I was on a ventilator, and I always wanted to be a theme park designer, somebody who created the theme parks, if you will. So if you think of somebody who designed maybe your favorite Disneyland ride, you think of their Imagineers. And that's what I've always wanted to be my entire life. So one of the designs I came up with when being just completely stuck in bed and not be able to do absolutely a thing was to make kind of a stagecoach ride. Now, the stagecoach ride was in a similar style to, say, a Pirates of the Caribbean and an Indiana Jones kind of rolled into one. The design would be that you were being chased by bandits. So it starts out really peacefully. You were hopefully, I was going to get Wells Fargo the sponsor. So like, that would pay for the ride. That always helps the business people be like, oh yeah, you're gonna get them to pay for it. I like it now. So like in the old days, a lot of attractions at Disneyland had corporate sponsors back in the day. Not as much these days anymore. I'll cut those pieces out, and then we're gonna go down one more level. We can leave it at this. Like that looks decent like that, but I think we're gonna go down one more level. So you were kind of a stagecoach, you had your money for Wells Fargo and you were traveling to, some distant area. And what happens was you're kind of cruising along real peaceful like through the frontier next to the rivers of America. And then all of a sudden you kind of make a little turn into kind of a canyon. And that's where they are, the bandits, my friends. The bandits will attack. So the bandits attack you. And they take all, they try to take your money, but you escape. That's right, you escape. And you go on this crazy adventure into a Western town. This would be like a show building, so now you would be inside. All right, so now we're gonna work on kind of this back section, and this is, of course, where the chuck wagon kind of comes into play. So you're going through there, all right? And let's see, let me cut this piece down and grab this one. Awesome. So once you're in the town, oh, okay, apparently there's a big hole right here. So once you're in the town, you are being chased and there's gunshots and all those crazy things going on that any good cowboy adventurer would find. And let me cut this piece out right here. And I'm going to replace it with an actual spruce stair like that. There we go. And plenty of room from the fire. So we can even extend this out a little bit more to it if desired. There we go. And we're going to place a little chest here. I'm going to place a little chest there. And you guessed it, we're going to place a furnace right in the middle. Nice, nice. So you can kind of see how that basic design is slowly coming together. So that was kind of the ride. Like it would be like a little bit like Pirates of the Caribbean with animatronics, a real heavy presence of show and design, and the adventure aspects of course, Indiana Jones. I just think that would be a fun attraction to have kind of a frontier theme a little bit to it. I think that would be really cool. It's something that the park is desperately need is some type of an update to Frontierland. Unfortunately, the attraction will probably never, ever, ever happen. The main point being that you guys might know already that Star Wars Land is taking the spot that this was supposed to be in. So the gigantic Star Wars Land, oh, hello. The gigantic Star Wars Land that's being constructed as we speak here at Disneyland is kind of taking its spot. But that was a dream. That was one of my dreams was to make that ride. I thought it'd be super fun. So the stagecoach would be like similar to Indiana Jones. So it'd be like cruising around all crazy like that. And I think that would be really, really a fun ride, especially having the indoor and outdoor portions. It would add a lot of kinetic energy to Frontierland, a lot of design like that. And there we go. Look at that. It's starting to come together. I love it. All right, so let's head back in here and let's check my storage here. And where do I keep my leather? Oh, here's my leather. Wonderful. And we're going to sneak over here to my bits and bobs box. There we go. And then we're just going to swoop that across there and a boom and a bam like that. And now we've got ourselves some signs, or not signs, but item frames. And we're going to place these like this, and they're kind of like shelves, and we're going to put like food and all those different things like that. And I think that looks really great. So we're getting there, my friends. So give me 1 second. Let me kind of catch my breath, and I'll be right back. All right, and welcome back. And we've got ourselves a cake. Look at that. Super duper awesome. That actually didn't take as much as wait, did we even use the egg? Maybe I've never even made a cake in Minecraft, I guess. And there we go, we got even a little achievement. But I guess it just took that. Anyway, I'm not sure. Anyway, let's put this here. So we're gonna put the cake right there, looking super, super duper fancy. That's gonna be gone within like a day. The other hermits are going to come over here and devour that, I can guarantee you. Anyway, I thought we could come over here. We're going to put that right there just to help us show a little bit. And then I added 2 more blocks going upwards like that. And I think that looks pretty cool. So for this design, let's take out some of these guys. And we're going to place these ones right here. Let's put one over there. Let's put a little stake on this one. If we can get it on there, there we go. Looking good. I'm kind of feeling a carrot to kind of mix in a little color. They're all kind of in the same kind of color palette. I might remove the salmon and do a carrot. I'm just thinking about that. But I don't know. I think that looks really cool. So let's put these guys aside. Let's grab out this. And then down below here, what I want to do is put this all the way across here like that. Connect that together. And I think that's looking good. Then we're going to take this and we're going to go, oh, hey, actually kind of like that. I wasn't originally going to put that there, but a little scar mistake turned into a Bob Ross happy little accident, apparently. Super duper awesome. And we're running out of dirt on this side. So let's actually scaffold our way up here. Actually, we don't have any scaffolding, apparently. So we're going to jump back up here. Awesome. So what I want to work on now is taking these blocks like so and getting these to kind of come forward. So let's put these guys along here. And then we're going to put these along there like that. Actually, hey, no, let's cut these pieces out like this. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take this and then we're going to, let's see, let's make this right. Let's make sure we do this right. This has a spacing of 1 here. So off of this block, what we can, I don't know. Well, let's just try it. Let's just put these blocks up here like this. There we go. We'll put that down like that. And then we'll swoop over here and cut these guys out. I just need that scaffolding blocks because I need something to place these logs on. When you don't have scaffolding, it makes life so much harder. There we go. Because, of course, dirt is actually at a premium on the server because there's not a lot of dirt in this area. You got to travel. I'm trying to get those extra blocks that have fallen, but we're just going to leave them, I suppose, and put those down there like that. So I'm trying to create the kind of the front, of course, of the wagon. So what we're going to do is we're going to place these guys along here like that, and we're going to place that one there, and you guessed it, I'm going to place that there. And look at that, that's starting to come out. I want to add a little more design to this. So why don't we remove this first row right here, okay? And then we're going to bring these guys down like that, and then go like that. There we go. That's what I like. And then I'm going to place a birch seat. Try to give it a little contrast as the seat, so it's not just the same color as all the rest of the wood. And then we'll do some little harnesses and stuff reaching out there. But I think that looks good. I think that is starting to definitely look good. I love it. So give me one more second here. I'm sorry. I just need to kind of catch my breath. And I'll be right back. All right, and welcome back. So the canvas at the top, I was thinking could use a little improvement. Just extending this out ever so slightly, I think could really improve it. Look at that. What do you guys think of that extra little, that extra little push right there? And then maybe even leave this one out or add another one there. I'm leaning towards just keeping that at the same. And then maybe even connecting just these two going a little bit wider. I don't know. We can kind of play with that a little bit, but I do think it might look cool to just extend these out just ever so slightly. The only question is, does this one look weird being pushed back an extra block? I don't know. I think that's something we can kind of craft in a little bit. Over here, as you can see, I've added these little fence posts along here, and I'm also considering doing these in oak. But do you guys like this design better than just a single little post here? I think this has a lot more detail, a little bit more dimensionality to it, which I think is an improvement. So why don't we just do that real quick, and you guys can let me know what you think of this. There we go, and we'll cut that piece in there. Now, I tried going back to Hermit Ranch to try to get some more wool for the canvas, but the sheep were just not having it, my friends. They were just not having it. They were quite uncooperative in the wool department. There we go. Grab that out, and then it looks like we will need to place this down here. It would be great if they'd made it so you can put fences or these gates like that. You don't have to put a supporting block under it to place it down and make things a lot more simple. But yeah, look at that. I think that looks pretty cool. But doing this in a contrasting color might actually make it pop just ever so slightly more. All right, wonderful. So next thing we're going to do, we're going to grab out this. We're going to bring this across here like that. I want to make a seat, but if I do a seat like right here, I might not be able to get, oh, I can. Oh, I was originally not going to do that, but I just want that seat to be a little bit more prominent, being in like a birch color like that. I think that looks pretty cool. And then we can access the interior of our wagon, which is looking good, Nice, I'm loving it. So I'm just gonna cut these pieces out here on either end, just to give the interior just a little something to work with. I'm just gonna put some chests in here like that. looking good. And then we can maybe do something on the roof. What could we do? That's the question. Why don't we grab out some of these guys like so, and put these guys like that. There we go, loving it. And then maybe take out like some blocks along here like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take in this, and this will just maybe make it kind of help give it kind of a shelf feel. Just look at that, just a little bit of dimension there. I think that looks really nice. Why don't we jump back up here? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to place this here, grab out some sneaky blocks. There we go. Place that right there. Boom, bam, like that. And cut those pieces out like that. Look at that, just a little extra detail I think really went a long ways. And then of course, let's grab that back. And what we're gonna do now is we're gonna see, I know I'm gonna be like 1 block shy. I'm 1 block shy, but you know what? I almost like it just with that 1 block missing there. Why don't we take that off and just see what happens? This is trial and error, my friends, trial and error. Yeah, let's try that for a second. I kind of like that design actually a little bit better for now. Anyway, but that's looking good. So let's jump over here and let's work on that placemaking stuff again. We're going to put a couple of these guys like this, and this just kind of helps it look maybe a little bit like, there's not anywhere to place this. Anywhere else we can place this? Oh, we can place it up here. Wonderful. And then these just help it give just a little design. We'll put a little bit of that in there, and then maybe a little bit of you in here. And look at that. Things are starting to come out really wonderful. Oh, I love it. So next thing we need to decide is the canvas color. And this is the one thing I want you guys to help me with the design. So what we're going to do is I'm going to stand right here, and I'm going to change the canvas color a couple times, and I want you guys to choose which one you like best. So this is A, the original white wool. And here is the white stained clay. So this would be option B. So the white wool is A, this is option B, and let's try one additional one. And here is option C. So it's, whoa, Eric just came flying out of nowhere. Anyway, as you can see, we've got option C here. And this one's kind of a combination of the 2 colors, kind of fits in with the rest of the tents. So we had wool as A, B as the white stained clay, and then C is kind of a variety, mix of the 2. So definitely let me know which one you think best, because like always, I never can make up my own mind. So definitely let me know what you think of those choices. I think I'm gonna leave it to here for this episode because I kind of like this design. I wanna get your guys' opinion on it. And of course, I did change these to oak, and I think that is that contrast that we needed between the milk chocolate wood. And I think that looks definitely pretty cool. And this fun little decorative detail has been assembled here, and I think it looks pretty cool. And hopefully it gives you guys some inspiration and some ideas for your own builds, and to add theme, add a story to them. And not everything has to be 100% practical. It can be for fun, it can be for show, different things like that. And there we go, my friends. I can't thank you guys enough for all the support, especially on this new series. It's absolutely been incredible to see how much you guys have been enjoying it. And until next time, this has been Good Times with Scar, and if you believe the video deserved a rating, that would be much appreciated. And until next time, we'll see you later. The mobs in 1.9 are unbelievably powerful, and I've been devastated, absolutely devastated here. Look at this.